sound off, so I said, let me just go live again. This is part 2 to our car chronicles. We're going to finish this video, honey, because I feel like the devil is trying to keep me from telling this. I feel like the devil is trying to keep me from telling what is up with these people. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. We're going to still get this out anyway. I don't give a hot damn who's trying to call me. Okay? All this stuff is going on today to try to keep this video from going out, but we're going to get it out today. We are going to get this video out today. So Satan, you might as well get out of here. Because we're going to talk about this shit. We're going to expose this stuff. We're going to expose this because it's so much going on. We got to talk about this. So y'all come on back in to the second part of this video because there's so much going on. People calling me, and I know I got my shit on Do Not Disturb. Something is literally trying to keep me from putting this news out. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to finish this damn video. If I got to do a part 2 on this shit. This is part 2 of our video that we were just talking about. So I hope everybody come on over so we can finish it. Yeah, come on over. Come on over. Yes, God, we're going to finish it. We're going to finish it. All right. From what I was saying from the last video, we were talking about this Jerry person, okay? We were talking about this Jerry person. This Jerry person allegedly went on AL's live, okay? We're trying to figure out how she knew him, which I'm probably sure he reached out to her, because that's usually how the shit happens. He probably reached out to her and explained the situation and told him that he did not fuck with Mel. Okay? And had to come on his platform for clicks and views. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Okay? I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Thank y'all for coming on back over. I hope everybody else come on back over as well. Okay? Yeah. Ooh, child. Child. All right, so both Martell and Arion, you guys, we all know that they are both hurting for money. Mostly Martell. All right? Mostly Martell. Because he got a plethora of things that he got to pay, including $7,000 for Melody, which he don't have. We know that they broke because he can't even afford to keep Arion's phone on, which is why she had to use Tank phone. Okay? Martell's had to move numerous times because he could not afford to keep the rent up, which Melody had already told that news in their court proceeding for the child custody case. Martell has moved numerous times because he cannot keep up the rent where he's living. So he gets put out and he got to go live somewhere else. Now, we already know he is in trouble for the bankruptcy fraud bullshit. We talked about that, where he schemed these people out of $60-something thousand and then hurried up and tried to put that shit on his bankruptcy to avoid paying them, which he already knew. These people have been trying to contact Martell about their money. He kept their money and did a trash-ass job and didn't even finish the job. Out here acting like the damn Scots. He done messed up that damn house over there that nobody still haven't rented. The one that we saw on the show that he tried to get Sonny and Moses to try to rent. And they were like, we ain't about to stay in this fucked up house with the damn garage sticking out almost to the damn street. Y'all saw that bullshit. Martell built a garage where it almost went out to the street. I said, what, he about to park in there? A school bus in that bitch? Martell building houses with school bus garages. I said, what the hell is this? The house this small, the damn garage is like that long. All the way to the damn street. So as soon as you turn into the driveway, you driving into the garage in that bitch. Like, what kind of house is that? The bitch look like a trailer house and a regular house put together. I said, how, Lord? How, Lord, do you have a trailer and a regular house put together? Only Martell would do some shit like that. I said, see, this is why you can't pass the damn builder's license test, because you out here on this bullshit. You just out there winging it, building that house. And now nobody won't buy the house, and nobody don't even want to damn rent the house. They don't give a damn about them upgraded appliances your ass put up in there. The house is too damn small, and the garage is bigger than the house. I said, that's some bullshit. But let's get back to Martell and Arion. Martell and Arion are both hurting for money. So I feel like there was some type of scheme for this Jerry person, allegedly, to try to get Melody in a position to try to say that she was harassing her after you text the phone and Melody was just responding to the text. See, if you hit me first and I respond to you, that does not mean because you don't like my response that I'm harassing you. See, that's the bullshit that they're trying to do. Okay. Martell, Arion, I feel like y'all trying to use this person as a pawn, allegedly, to try to get some money out of Mel. You done been watching the show. You know Mel lives well. You know her businesses are thriving. You've been following her probably on Instagram as well. You see her riding around in a G-Wagon. You see her with a Range Rover in her garage. You see her selling out all her items. You see her over there on TikTok making money. You know exactly who she is. You probably looked up her net worth as well. So this little scheme in terms of saying that she is harassing communications. I said that shit came straight from Martell because he's mad that he's charged with harassing communication and he can't shake them charges. So now he's on his get back to try to get Melody in that way in terms of saying, hey, I'm going to use this situation to say that she is harassing me in terms of communication as well. So go after her. Go after her and make it look like she is harassing you after you text her. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. I keep saying it's keywords that keep sticking out to me. Harassing communications, which Stormy was also charged for that by a blogger coming to her warehouse. Okay? By a blogger coming to her warehouse, and Stormy went live and told on herself, bitch this. Y'all remember the video? She was calling this person a BRTCH, where she was making threats, where she's saying at one point she was going to pow this person. That's a threat. So this person went down there and filed charges on your ass. And you got a little charge. Now, I feel like there might have been some lies and some bullshit in there as well, because did we ever see a mugshot? She was trying to say that she paid her attorneys to keep the mugshot from coming out. I don't know. I know that can be done because celebrities do it all the time when they don't want their mugshot to be out. But that's public information. We never even seen anything in terms of this arrest. So I feel like that's a part of Stormy's storyline, if you will, because we never saw a mugshot behind this. She said she was only in there for a few hours, and that the police and not everybody was sitting up in there talking to her because she was having anxiety and panic attacks. Because y'all know Stormy loved to put 20 on 10, child. Stormy loves to put 20 on 10. I said, child, bye. Child, bye. But anyway, I feel like that had a lot to do with them trying to put out this mess about this harassing communications towards Melody for a money grab. That's how I feel. Okay? Now, let's get into some more familiar words that we're hearing in this particular case. Okay? Let's get into some more familiar words. Another familiar word that we heard, critical thinkers. This was this Jerry. What's their name? Jerry. This Jerry person, okay, was saying that something about critical thinkers. And we all know that Melody say that about her millimeters. And whenever she puts out little trinkets and when she put out little nuggets of things that she's talking about, and she wants you guys to figure out the rest of it without calling names and without putting it all completely out there. Maybe it's something that she can't all the way say. So she'll say, okay, you guys are critical thinkers. Y'all can figure it out, at which we always do. So that is a phrase that Melody always uses, critical thinkers, which lets me know that this person, Jerry, have been following Melody and listening to her lives. And you slipped up and said something that Melody always says, which you told on yourself, which lets us know you've been probably stalking her. Yeah. You've been stalking her because you know way too much about this person that you don't fool with. So now you're trying to sue her only because she blocked you. So you were fine with it as long as you could talk back and forth. But it wasn't until Melody says, I'm blocking you, that made you mad enough to now be seeking legal advice in terms of how you can and what type of case to feel, I guess, vindicated, okay? Because they feel like they're being bothered, okay? But you're seeing dollar signs because they know it's a frivolous lawsuit, I feel like, decide to do it, which I don't think is going to, I don't think they're going to get a fucking dime, okay? But, yeah, Melody chose to block this person. As you guys know, Melody is currently on if she's not back yet. She was like, I got to get away from this bullshit and clear my mind with all this mess going on. So these people are sitting back watching Mel and what she's doing. Let's get into Tisha. Okay? Let's get into Tisha, the same person that was changing labels over there off Canvas Beauty. All right? But now you don't even like Stormy. But now we done saw you using Canvas Beauty bottles and putting your labels for the Macy and Mildew over Canvas Beauty. But you don't like Stormy now because she called you out on your bullshit. So you're not friends with her anymore. Tisha Scott is accused of copying Melody Cherie on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? And also, she's been taking the role of trying to be the peacemaker and trying to get people to talk about issues on the show, as we were talking about before, okay, as if she can carry the show. So like I was saying before, I feel like the cast on the show are trying to ice Melody out, and they're trying to push her off the show in hopes of Marceau and Tisha stepping up as the role of what Martell and Mel used to be on the show. Tisha has copied Melody in her in business as well, okay? She's copied her in business as well. When Melody came out with her sugar mama stuff, what did Tisha come out with? Her Macy and Mildew bullshit. Tisha also copied Melody on her MB emblem when Melody had her embrace. When Melody had her embrace business, Tisha came out and did her mommy's business podcast or whatever it was. And she used the same exact MB. She used the same exact colors, the same exact logo almost as Melody. It was very much so similar. Colors as well. Okay? And Tisha has now also announced that she is bringing back her Mommy's Business podcast, okay? After she already says that she always been afraid to speak publicly because of how she speaks. She's always been insecure in terms of how she speaks. Shout out to, and rest in peace to Kiki. We remember when she talked about how when she was much younger and she used to run with Kiki, she used to always be silent around Kiki and her friends because of how they used to pick at her in terms of how she used to speak and pronounce words. So now that Tisha has done some speech therapy, Tisha feels like now that she's just this spokesperson and that she can just get out there and do Melody's job now, or do what Melody used to do in terms of this public speaking stuff. So now this is what she's trying to do. She just announced on her IG that she is now starting back her Mommy's Business podcast, okay? So this is another business venture, like I said, that Tisha has taken up. And she's also started a new merch business entitled Rich Wife, which also I feel like she's copied Melody, because we all know that Melody has a business and a merch line called Team Wife. So now Tisha has started a merch line called Rich Wife, whereas Melody has already had out for quite some time a business called Rich Wife, okay? Tisha was seen on her Instagram page with a hat on called Rich Wife. Now, when they went to the DR to go over there and have their little threesomes and whatnot, allegedly, okay, because we got the pictures, Tisha had on one of Melody's Team Wife t-shirts, and she was trying to be funny when she did it, okay? She's always trying to be funny. When she didn't learn from the last time she did the shit at the Galentine's, when she walked up in there trying to be funny after she realized that Melody was going to be there, okay? She was trying to take a dig at Mel by wearing Mel's Team Wife shirt to show that, hey, I still got my husband, and you and Martell are divorced. Like she was trying to rub it in her face. When you can't spray somebody, shout out to Funky Dineva. I don't fuck with him like that, but I do like where he says spray somebody with their own tea. Okay? Let me give him his credit for that. You could not do that to Melody when she filed for divorce from Martell. So she didn't really care about that shit. But Tisha didn't realize when she wore Melody's Team Wife t-shirt at the Galentine's that she sparked up that she ran up the sales on Melody's shirts to where it sold out. Even Miss Van acknowledged that by saying, hey, thanks for doing that because the Team Wife t-shirt sold out. Like they were flying off the shelves. They had to keep making Team Wife t-shirts because when Tisha did that shit, she didn't realize you were helping Melody sell. So now Tisha has gone out and got her Rich Wife merch business. I guess maybe to try to one-up Mel or maybe to copy Mel. I feel like she's trying to copy her because she do sit back and watch her. I think she does sit back and she get ideas and she watch her. Okay? So now she has a team white business that she started, and she's wearing all these hats and her little merch over there trying to promote it. But I feel like she doesn't have a strong enough fan base in order to push it like Melody Cherise does. So that's going to be her downfall, because she and Martell, she and Marceau already talked about everything that Melody tried to do, it don't stick. Apparently you think it do because you're copying it. And it's so similar, which is so crazy. Teen wife and rich wife. That sounds similar to me. But go off. Go off. All right? We already talked about Wanda coming forward, you guys, and saying that Carlos told her to have a conversation with Melody Cherie to iron out things to come back on Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? And Melody refused. So Wanda has made it her business now to troll Melody in every live and every video, you guys, to show her disdain for Melody for not allowing her to come back on the show and, of course, wreak havoc, because I don't feel like Wanda had a storyline. I feel like Wanda was in everybody's business on the show. I feel like she made her way to argue with Kimmy. Y'all saw her arguing with Kimmy. Y'all saw her getting in Mel and Martell's business, telling Melody that she should go back to Martell just for the sake of not being by herself, and because y'all got 4 children. Why you want somebody to stay in a toxic situation like your daughter only because they have children with a nigga that disrespect them and run out and cheat and make babies outside the marriage is wild work. But go off, Wanda. Not everybody wants to be like you and have a boyfriend and a husband on the side, Wanda. Nobody wants to live in that type of toxicity like you're teaching your daughter. Because we already know you told Tisha to put Marceau out when he get to cheating too much. And then when he get to acting right, let him come back. Meanwhile, he out there running through hoes. He don't give a hot damn about you putting him out, because that's where he want to be anyway. Hell, he didn't want to stay in the apartment over there with Tisha and the kids. He told Tisha, y'all, you and the girls stay over here, and me and MJ, we gonna stay over here at the other house while I work on the house. Well, meanwhile, you ain't finished the house because it's got holes in the walls and ain't no plug outlets on the bitch. But we don't talk about that. I'm just bringing y'all up to speed in terms of the bullshit that we keep seeing between these cast members. Okay? But the cast is definitely trying to ice Mel out this season, because they're trying to frustrate her and they're trying to bully her into feeling like, I can't really take this bullshit no more. I just want off of this fucking show. I don't feel like Melody needs the money, which is why she's staying. I feel like she's staying because this is her baby. She pitched the show and she asked everybody that's on the show to be on the show. When Carlos King asked her, do you have any friends that you can bring on this show to help, you know, maybe promote the show or whatever? She said, sure. Kim and Maurice, y'all come on. Tisha and Marceau, y'all come on. Come on the show. Then Tisha brought Wanda on. So everybody's eating off of Mel's idea. But you want to push her off the show and bring people on the show to attack her, just like Kimmy sat back and knew about Basement Billy coming on the show. So y'all don't put a check in his pocket for him to come on Melody Cherie's platform to bully her while he's over there in the Facebook chats every other day posting Melody body parts and everything else, talking about her body and saying all these derogatory statements about her. And Martell has yet to say anything. He's also gone as far as talking about Melody's children. Martell has yet to correct him. Martell has yet to say anything about that. Or anybody else that has come for them. The only person he had something to say to was Wanda on the show. And that was when he thought Melody was coming back to him. So he wasn't windmilling like that prior to all of this bullshit like that until he thought Melody, when he thought he had a chance of Melody coming back to him. Like Melody invited him to the Florida trip. He thought that there was going to be some type of, you know, open door for him to get back with Melody. But when Melody made it very much so clear that she's not coming back, now it's, I don't give a fuck who has something to say about my kids. He don't care. He don't care. Just like he didn't care about taking his son's phone that he bought for him to give it to his side chick. You know how kids feel about their phones. You guys know how children feel about their phones. They were happy to get a phone. They've been asking for a phone. So only for you to turn around and take it and give it to the like. And I said the other day, whose phone did you take? You took Tank's phone. Because he loves to bully and pick on Tank. So for Tank to know that his phone was taken away and given to Arion was a slap in the face to him. Just disrespectful. Just disrespectful. But everybody's doing this fake apologizing so that they can continue to eat off Mel. Just like Destiny was doing the fake apologies to get close to Mel, to destroy her. and secretly record her. Now Tisha is pretending to take Melody's role on the show so that she and Marcel can take over the show. And that's why Wanda is pushing so much like she's doing, because if she can help push Melody off the show from the outside, while Tisha and them are pushing from the inside, that can give her a platform to get back on the show, because Melody's made it clear she will not film with Wanda. So Wanda's only way of getting back on the show is if Melody leaves. So Wanda can hop on her platforms, IG and her YouTube, and talk shit about Melody and continue to come for her and downplay all of her businesses and put out lies and derogatory statements about her from the outside. Because she's mad that Melody is blocking her from being back on the show, then that's what she's going to continue to do. Because she deep down wants to be back on Love and Marriage Huntsville. It ain't going to never happen. It's never going to happen. Not as long as Melody's on the show, and I don't see her walking away. That's what they want her to do. But I don't see her doing it. And that's why they're all mad. Martell is mad because he wants Mel to leave so that Arion can come in. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They would rather see her off the show because they're tired of her getting all this clout. The longer Mel stays on the show, the bigger her fan base. They want to take down her fan base. Because taking down her fan base destroys her money and it takes away some of her clout. And that's all they want to do. They want to destroy her. And you have people like bloggers AL who's also behind the bullshit. We've talked about that before. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy that people would do anything and say anything in order to feel vindicated in terms of tearing somebody down, just so that they can say, hey, I accomplished doing this, or to get a $4.99 check, or to be able to be on the show to feel famous or get that clout of being on the show. Like Wanda's running around telling everybody that she's the queen of Besma because she was seen on a show. So being on Love and Marriage Huntsville was her way of feeling like she was famous. Wanda really thought that she was famous by being on the show. So that's why she hurried up and got a YouTube channel. Because she had to keep that ball rolling. She had to keep that fame going. And notice she has no content. Every live, every time she goes live, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, it's about Mel. And she can't do it without Mel. None of them can succeed without Mel. There were nobodies before this show. They were nobodies before this show. All of the businesses that they thought they had. Tisha and Marcel didn't have no fucking business before they came on Love Marriage Huntsville. They barely had a place to stay. They were driving Mel's car. See, that's the thing. When they're down and out and you don't have any other place to go and you need somebody like they needed Mel, y'all were driving this woman's car because y'all car was broke down. Okay? Y'all didn't have a place to stay, so you were staying in her home. It wasn't until they got on the show and started making money and until Melody sold them Schultz to give them a business up under them to try to help them. That's when they got the big head, and that's when they turned on her. And that's why you got to be careful with the people that you help, because they will turn on you. It was all gravy. When AL was popping up on Melody's lives and was petitioning, wanted to do songs with her, wanted to work with her, acting like he was her friend, it wasn't until Melody peeped game and saw that he was on some snake shit and that he was trying to be too close for comfort to where Melody cut him off. And now what is he doing? The same thing that the Scotts and everybody else are doing, coming for her, talking shit about her. You calling her a bitch on live. You saying the same thing about her mother. All of a sudden, this person that you love so much is the person that you hate. Everybody's doing it now. Look at Stormy. You invited her to your house to do her video. You were close to her. Meanwhile, you were friends with the same person who broke up her marriage and smiling in her face. And you never told her that until after you got on the show. Then you said, hey, I am friends with Arion. That is when you came out to say that you were friends with Arion after you secured a spot on the show, which helped you get your canvas beauty up to where it is now, as well as Kyle. Everybody's using her. Everybody's using her. Kim and Maurice, they don't have a storyline. Ain't had. But what do? They piggyback on Mel and Martell's marriage and their marital woes to talk about their marital woes versus the marital woes that's going on between them. Kimmy wanted to sit here and try to use this libido bullshit, and I'm happy she was able to beat cancer. That's a very admirable thing. I can't even say nothing negative about that. But all this not wanting to talk about your shit and talk about Mel and Martell, they've been divorced. So why are we still talking about them? What is going on with you guys? They're still able to ride on the coattail of Mel and indirectly with Martell. I find it a coincidence that Martell was able to film him coming out of the courthouse or coming out of the jail as a storyline. That seemed kind of weird to me as well. All of these things are happening on the show. This dark show, I gotta call it a dark show because it's becoming very dark to where it's starting to create all different types of crazy spirits to where people are fighting against each other. Like, we've literally lost Kiki behind a lot of this bullshit. Stress and everything else, I'm pretty sure she went through. And she was attached to AL for quite some time. So a lot of shit that she went through, and I'm not saying that he's the reason why she's not here. I'm saying her connection with certain people and the things that she went through. Wanda, Tisha and Marceau steady trolling her, putting her business online, but don't want her to talk about them. That's a lot of pressure. All because they didn't want Kiki to be on the show because she was taking too much shine away from Tisha. That's all it was. That's all it was. They did not want Kiki on this show because Kiki was outshining Tisha. But now that Kiki's not here anymore, Tisha is still now, she's back to doing what she was doing before and trying to take over Mel's spot. Why do you think they're talking about the millimeters this season? Everybody, all the cast. That's their storyline. The millimeters, the millimeters. The millimeters are deplorable. The millimeters are doing this. The millimeters are doing that. That's the reason. All in an effort to get Mel off the show so that they can come up and take over the show and bring everybody on the show that hates her. And Carlos is sitting back watching it all unfold. He ain't doing shit. He don't care. Because he don't care about Melody. And we saw that at the podcast. He don't care about Melody. You see a woman sitting there emotionally crying to you and telling you that at one point you were her friend, her protector. She helped put money in your pocket from this show. She pitched this show and sat in front of you in a meeting. And you took her idea and changed it into what you wanted to change it into, just like you did with Candy. Over on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's why Candy said she don't fuck with you no more, Carlos. But you did the same thing to her. And you sat there and watched this woman crying her eyes out on stage, and you want to bring out Sonny and Moses? Oh, we got a surprise for you guys. Like, you just skipped all over her feelings. That shit was crazy. And everybody peeped it. Everybody peeped it. And then turned around and blasted and or struck all the channels of the millimeters on some bullshit, Carlos. Everybody sitting back watching it. But anywho and anyway, guys, that's our videos, because we had to do 2. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all for being here. I hope the videos are well. I cannot see my chat. We're going to work on it, guys. I'm working on it. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you, mods, for being here on both videos. Tyra, Belle Wilson, KBR, and Linda Gamble. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all the content creators that joined. Thank you to all the Caramelians for watching as well. Thank y'all for being so patient with the lives, guys. It's been so much going on. It's been something that's really trying to keep my lives from going out so that we could talk about this stuff. But we finally got them out, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me, okay? Don't forget to hit the like button on both videos. It is a part 1. I'll label them part 1 and part 2 so that you guys can get all of this information in its entirety, okay? I appreciate you all. Love you guys down, and goodbye.